sure that you have a copy of this as a part of what you decide to do. So you can say, we're going to do this. These are some of the things that could stop us. Here are the resources to get over that. And Natalie's going to make sure that this gets done by January 15th. Right? Or Andre is going to make sure that this gets done by blah, blah, blah. Or Andre and, and Thomas are going to do this together to make sure that this happens by a certain date. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, cool. Why do you think it's important, particularly with youth leaders, that we rotate the role of facilitator, of process observer, and recorder? Why is it important that we rotate those roles?
Because if we don't, it might cause conflict.
What do you mean? Talk more about that. If we don't rotate those roles, it'll cause conflict. What do you mean?
Well, if someone else had some good ideas or wasn't pleased with how someone was facilitating.
Okay. What's one of the toughest things that happens? First of all, hold on. Have you ever played with somebody's ball in their yard and they get mad? What happens? They would take their ball and leave, right? And then particularly if they're the only person with the ball, they try to act like, they try to set the rules, they try to do all this kind of stuff. And how do you feel when that happens? Do you go, you know what, you're right. You should just, let's just play like you said. Is that how that goes? No.
Frustrated, angry, dissatisfied.
Yeah, you're dissatisfied, angry, frustrated. A lot of times what happens in leadership groups like this, if we have one person be the facilitator all the time, they get confused and think that the group belongs to who? Them. It's like Tommy, what's his name? Ruffin. From the David Ruffin. Boy, he was like, this is my group. I do it. They kicked him out and they did just as fine without him. Right? And so it's important to rotate those roles, the observer, the facilitator, and the observer, facilitator, and the recorder. Because it makes everybody accountable to the group, so that everybody is participating equally to the group. Okay? Cool. She's following your lead. She's following your lead. I threw it at the baby. She threw it at you. All right. Any questions about how to run a group, or how to start a group, how to work with a group, how to spell group, how to fruit, how to
Wow. Hey.
All right. Anything else? Any questions that you have? None?
Can we use all these?
Yeah,
Your sheets?
Yeah. No, that's why I gave them to you.
I understand that you went over it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So she understands everything I went over. I feel good about that. That means I'm a good
Except some of your
teacher.
jokes I went over my head.
Except for some of the jokes. Well, they probably weren't funny, which is probably why you didn't get them. Yeah. Sometimes jokes are. It's not that they went over your head, they just fell to the ground.
You're right.
Right.
It's there.
Yeah.
Drag us like that.
All right. I'm just trying to think of anything else I can equip you with. Obviously, if you'd like to keep the books, you can. If not, you can turn them back to me, and I'll take them. There are some other tools in here that we did not talk about that you can use to help your group move, but we'll spend some more time together so we can talk about all that stuff. So that's that. Anything you want to ask me before we go? Now, will your group be just teens, or will it be teens and adults as well?
As of right now, it's just Natalie now who
Will be the adults?
yeah.
Okay.
And then like I said, we have 2 other youth that
We can't have Drew because he eats all the cookies.
and throws water at that baby.
Why is that baby?
So what I would do with Natalie and Drew, what I'll do, I have another set of materials for group leaders
Okay.
that I'll give you, because the other thing that, and you guys as youth in this process, do not let the adults take over, because that's what typically happens. Adults get all excited and they're like, oh, we can do this quicker and faster, but this is your work to do, okay? So don't let them do your work. So I have some tools for them that will help them not take over.
Have a big head.
Have a big head, yes. Right? Because Natalie's head is big enough.
All right.
I think Shay should do the minus break.
Yep, she can do that. It's right in her thing. So I can share that with her. Was this good?
INTP.
It was fun?
I
Oh.
can't went over with that.
Yeah, because you don't want to pay too good of a
I'm
compliment.
saying, that
You know,
just
it was good, but it wasn't that
It was
good.
fun.
It wasn't, yeah. All right, cool. Natalie, Drew, anything you need from me? Anything additional? Stuff questions you might have about the process or use that stuff? The next time we get together, I forgot when that is.
I don't think they did that.
Yeah, we was just set up twice.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, that's great. Then,
We want to get it over anyway.
so just know I can be of assistance.
Okay.
There's a bunch of other stuff that I would encourage the two of you to read through that's in the packet that you may want to walk the group through. The Walden piece, and then talking about setting a vision for the group itself is something you may want to walk the group through. And you'll see those pieces in there.
To reach that for AP in last year.
Yeah, Walden is great. Although he's a little, Henry David Thoreau is a little disingenuous. Because when you read his stuff, he's like, I went into the woods because I wanted to live the rough life and blah, blah, blah. Dude was in the woods for a year. How rough can it be living out in the woods for a year, or 2 years, I think it was. But he paints this picture like he's, man versus beast and all this kind of stuff. So,
But living in the woods for 2 years is long.
but if you read his writings, he makes it seem like he was out there
Wrestling
for
bears.
wrestling bears for
Fighting
like
for food.
15 years, and
What man versus
and
wild?
what's that?
With Bear Grylls.
What was the show?
No,
this-
we're talking about Walden.
Walden. It's a book by Henry David Thoreau, and there's a reading in here by him out of that book. And we're just talking about how he talks about the wilderness and being out in the wild, like he was out there for a long time. But he was like out there for 2 months. I mean, not 2 months, 2 years or something. But he talks about it like he was out there for 15, 20 years. All right,
Nothing but being these harsh rules.
that's right.